I live in my own head sometimes. I'm relentless. I'm shy. I'm stubborn. I can't stop questioning the things around me. And I can't help but constantly explain it to myself.
I want things to be perfect, though more often than not I fail. I blame, I hate, I criticize myself, but I refuse to bend.
Every day, in different situations, I search for safety, for the truth in my ideas, for peace, for recognition, for an epiphany. What I learned ultimately is that I cannot and will never be perfect. And what I perceive as flaws are not flaws, but simply part of who I am at the moment.
With every experience you have in life, you learn about yourself a bit more, and with that knowledge, you change.
That's the only consistent truth you can hold yourself to.
A consistency in our adult lives is something to cherish, be it something good or bad, though everything's gray.
What you see is not always
What you get, perception.
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 Perception. Patricia.
What up? It's your boy Bird.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Rod.
Alright, this is the BurKenRod show. And you know, pretty much it's just about three friends coming together, just sharing what we feel, what we like to do. You might see a little comedy.
Do a little podcast, what's coming up in events.
You know this one, he might be singing it.
Probably. You never know.
You just never know with us. We just, you know, do what
Bust
we...
out with a tune like, oh, something like
Yeah,
that.
see? And be at the Grammys, you know, just like the rest of everybody.
Right, the Emmys.
Just go to the Emmys, but we might not get in. But
We gotta get on that list first, though. Hey, Bert. Hey, Kendall.
Hey, Rod. Hey.
Hello, hello.
What's up? What's up? How's you feeling?
Well, after this long day, it was just, you know, it was a day. Today was a really, really trying day. And, you know, for a Monday, it's unexpected living here in California. Now, if this was the South, I would have been like, you know, it was expected. Mondays are horrible. But today, this Monday was really, really strange for me. On the job, just dealing with, you know, personal issues, co-workers, things like that. And, you know, it just kind of took a toll on me today. And as the night go, I just hope that it does get better, like I know it will be. And I'm just going to leave everything in God's hands.
Absolutely, absolutely. You already know that how people are and how people act and their actions and their character, it speaks for themselves. So
it just really kind of sucks when you have to, you know, we are already labeled as people, as African American people, we are already labeled as being negative or being mean or being antsy or being agitated or whatever the case may be, but that's not the case. We just don't tolerate bull.
Absolutely.
So,
what influenced you to start a movement with BurKenRodTV?
Actually, BurKenRodTV was actually started in September 11th of 2015. And it was just me and my brothers. We were actually just at the house. We were just sitting on the couch and we were just laughing and like, you know, let's just try something new. And, you know, by us, all of us are already people person. Where we people, we're friendly, we're go-getters, we know how to have a way with people. We know how to make people feel comfortable. And when we actually put it to the camera, because it's one thing with working off camera and then working on camera. A lot of people get camera shy. A lot of people get, you know, fearful. So when we put it to camera and I noticed that, hey, Rod is not camera shy, Kendall is not camera shy, and we're all just having a good time and still be able to laugh. If we can laugh at ourselves, I feel like, oh, this is worthy watching. So that's how you know that something was meant to be. When you can sit up there and watch something constantly continually over and over and over and over again.
Something that was put into a form of a creation with team.
Correct. And with the dedication of just them, me seeing them and seeing that they really want to go for it, I feel like that brought all of us closer together, even though we were already friends close for 8 years, but it brought something closer, another movement. And of course, we said, hey, this is what we want to do, and this is what we're going to go for. And that's what we did. We stepped out on faith, and we moved to California.
Hey, what inspires you to be great?
It's a really tricky question. And I still ask myself that to this day. And it's really hard because I'm misunderstood a lot, because a lot of people don't get where I come from, or a lot of people don't understand where I come from. And I know it can kind of come off as being shady or being rude or being mean, but I'm not a mean person at all. And I really hate that it really takes someone to really get to know the real Bert or the real James, or whichever one you want to call me. You have to genuinely learn me. And I'm not saying that everybody's going to like me, or everybody's going to be like, oh, I want to be best friends, or blah, blah, blah. But I feel like a lot of people do take me for, they misunderstand.
They misinterpret.
They misinterpret my action. They misinterpret my replies. I'm just a person that likes to have fun. I'm very friendly. And anybody knows that. From undergrad, from high school to graduate school, it doesn't matter who you are, I'm speaking to everyone, because that's just how I am. That's how I was brought up. That's how my family is. We welcome people with open arms. So when I don't get the same reaction back, it's just kind of like, well, damn, what is it that I'm doing? So I just feel like if people will learn me for who I am, I feel like people will have a better understanding of it.
So you feel your inspiration to be great is to...
I feel like what inspires me to be great is to just keep moving, to keep my family. Like, my family support me 100%. They're back in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and they didn't give me no grief. When I told them that I wanted to move to Cali, when I told them that BurKenRodTV is something that I wanted to go forth in doing, they didn't say, no, son, this is not right, this is not right, no, don't do that. They actually took it in and said, okay, I see the passion, I see the drive. Talking to my grandmother, my cousins, my nieces, my grandpa, like everyone in my family is very supportive, and I couldn't ask for anything else. Now, do I talk to them daily? No, because it is a time frame difference. We're 2 hours behind, they're 2 hours ahead, but when I do get to talk to them, it's like I never missed a beat. And this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for myself, and I'm doing this for my family.
Who is your biggest supporter?
Right, my biggest supporter, I would have to say my family and my two closest friends, which is Kendall and Rod. And I can start off with saying my family is because, like I said, even though I'm 3,000 miles away, they do whatever they can to still try to make sure that I actually have things that I need, or if I need something. And I'm not saying that they're there for all my rescues or come to all my needs, because we do know life happens. I am a grown man. There's some things you just need to do on your own. But here in California, my supporters are Rod and Kendall. Like, they help me out so much, whether it's just personal life or just BurKenRod stuff, or we come up with ideas. And, you know, we all tell each other that we can make it. We all tell each other that we're in it to win, and we're in it for the long run. So if you do not know who BurKenRodTV is, you better get to watch, and you better know, because we are something to not miss.
Absolutely, absolutely. What are your greatest accomplishments in life?
Overcoming fear. And the reason why I say overcoming fear is because people, again, look at me as if I'm just a strong person, or if I'm just, you know, a person that will do whatever. I mean, I kind of like to think it that way, but I'm not. I'm very scary. And it's so funny when I tell people that, like, I'm scary. I'm the scary one. Yes, I might talk loud. I might, you know, whatever. And when I say scary, meaning not scared to fight or anything like that. And not saying that, but scared when to tackle new challenges or new ideas or speaking in front of a large crowd. It may seem like I have all that down packed, but sometimes I get a little shooken up. And I just felt like by me overcoming those challenges, those fears, to get in front of people and talk, to get on camera and speak, or to act out on camera, or to just do whatever that I do and I love, I feel like those are all accomplishments. And being the first on both sides of the family, father and mother, to graduate from a 4-year degree university, college, and to go to graduate school and get my master's from a master's program. So I feel like me overcoming all of those things when people have told me that I won't be nothing, I won't ever make it, I'm just being brought down to a point where you thought you would never overcome, and that all boils down into fear. We get so caught up into what people are telling us, that you're not going to be nothing, you're not going to make it, oh, you're dumb, you're this,
and you're starting to fear. And
it transpires to fear, because now you're thinking like, well, damn, I can't go to California because I might not. I mean, 2 years ago I had this conversation and they said I won't make it, or blah blah blah. So if people will stop living in fear, I feel like we will overcome and accomplish a lot of things.
Absolutely. What are your biggest fears?
I would say one of my biggest fears is change. And when I say change, I'm meaning more of, am I changing for the good? Or is it changing for the bad? What's the reason for the change? Because sometimes you can be going through a lot of things. Just take for a job, for instance. You're on a job. Yes, you're supposed to be subject to change. But is that change happening because of something good or something bad? Which sometimes, 9 times out of 10, you really don't know why that change has been implemented or why that change has been. You just have to now go with this new change and make it a custom for you. Another fear that I had was fear of rejection.
I think we all experienced that.
And it's like,
time of our life.
Yeah, it's like you want to do good, you don't want to hear the word no, you want to always told that yes, you can do it, but everything in life might not go our way, or everything in life might not go the way that we had vision for us to go. And that's why I try not to just get so caught up on saying, hey, just take a person that wants to work out. And now if that person is not the dedicated person or the gym type going person, to me, I feel like that person shouldn't set a goal. You see what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't say I want to lose weight by this day, but you're not taking the necessary steps to do that, to lose weight. So now you're just sitting here just talking and saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, which it makes no point. It makes no sense. So I feel like a lot of us get ourselves caught up in saying that we're going to do things and then it never comes to pass, and that's what's our stumbling block. That's when that fear comes. That's when we get attacked. Take a person that wants to move out the South, but scared to leave the nest. Well, how can you ever grow, or how can you ever not be scared, or how can you ever see what else is out there to offer you when you're afraid to just take one step forward?
You can't always stick to one dimension. You have to step outside of that box. There's nothing wrong with stepping outside of the box.
I agree. I agree.
All right, that concludes part 1 of the interview. So tell me your
Hey.
So tell me your interaction with BurKenRodTV. What was your first view when you heard about the movement?
My first view and or opinion of BurKenRodTV. At first I thought it was just going to be a phase. I thought it was like, oh, I was going to make a couple little blogs, some little YouTube posts or whatever. But boy, was I wrong. It has definitely exploded into something big. Reached out to a lot of our friends and family of you all. You developed your own fan base, and it's definitely a lot more than just a YouTube blog, so that's pretty cool.
And what is your view on the support level when it comes to our peers?
Well, from what I personally see, you guys have a huge fan base. A lot of our colleagues from college support y'all, whether they like y'all or not. At least y'all getting the views, and they tuning in to see exactly what y'all got to say and what y'all think. So regardless if it's positive energy or negative, they're still saying your name.
And do you feel as though people sometimes lack of supporting BurKenRodTV due to the fact that they're judging the exterior? When I say exterior, meaning the people that stand in front of BurKenRodTV versus the interior of the movement of BurKenRodTV. What do you think of that?
Who that are against that?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Regardless of what other people think, as long as you're passionate and your heart is into it and it's done well, who cares? at the end of the day, there should be representation from the young black culture. There should be entertainment that we can enjoy and that we can relate to. So people that don't like it, to hell with them.
Welcome back.
Hey, what's good?
I see you going away.
Yeah, you know, I'm here.
Of course, of course.
I'm here.
You better be here.
I'm here.
How was your day today?
Why that question always come up and it be a shitty day at starts. But today was pretty cool. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I can't complain. I'm alive yet, of course, to do another interview with you all. So I'm happy to be here. It was an okay day.
That's good. That's good.
Just okay though. It could be better, but it was okay.
Right. Absolutely. All right, well, so let's get to these interview questions.
Let's get to
Let's get it. Do you feel if the movement was to stay in the South, would the support of your peers be different?
No. And the reason why I say that is because it shouldn't matter whether I'm in the South, the Midwest, the North, the Southeast, the Midwest, whatever. It shouldn't matter. Whether I'm in the South or I'm on the West Coast, if you're my friend and you call me a loyal friend, no matter where I'm at, your support still should be there. Whether it's a phone call, a text, email, a Facebook, a Snap, whatever. It's too many outlets in today's society that we have with the social media for if you was a true friend or a true supporter, it shouldn't matter where I'm at. Your support, show me by supporting me. Don't show me by saying, oh, if you were in Tennessee, it would be different. No, how would it be different? Because you're showing me now that even if I was here or there, you still wouldn't support me. So no, I feel like it's a bunch of bull, and you see your true friends or you see people for who they are when you decide to make moves and don't stay grounded or don't stay in the same spot.
You said a mouthful there. Ooh. So, Bert,
yes.
Tell me what you love about California.
Man, everything. Like, oh my God, for this to be the first time ever coming to California and moving here on the first time, I love it. And not just because it's California, but it's because it's a fresh, it's like a different air. And I don't know how to describe it. Like, the air was different from Milwaukee. I'm originally from Wisconsin, so moving from the Midwest and transitioning to the South, that was different. But leaving the South and going to the West, just like you see everything totally different now. Like the vibe, the environment, the people, the food, like everything about California. And I'm not saying it because I'm here or bragging, but I can't lie. Like the slogan say, the West Coast, the what? Best coast.
Right.
So I like it.
I hear that a lot. What is your biggest regret in life?
My biggest regret is not going for my craft before the age of 29. Like, I felt like I should have been, what we're doing now, what BurKenRodTV is doing now, I felt like I could have went for it. Like, you know, or went after. Basically, I should have been in California way before now. Like, instead of going to the South, I should have just came to California, is how I'm feeling. Like, I just feel like, but then it wouldn't be the same. So I'm thankful for the route that God has took me through, the journey and the ups and the downs, because it definitely showed me who I am as a person today. And I don't believe that BurKenRodTV can be without Rod or my brother Kendall. So I'm happy for them.
Dope. How was the transition of living with one another versus living alone?
That is so weird because I never lived by myself. I mean, if you count college, but to me, there's really no difference. Like, I live with Kendall, I live with Rod. I mean, I just feel like you as the person has to be able to connect with your roommates. And that's what's wrong with a lot of roommates or a lot of friends that fall out, is because they don't have no type of communication or they're just keeping things from each other. And I feel like if you take those steps to move in with someone, then you should definitely be able to talk to that person if something is going wrong or if something is not your way. So I'm not saying we agree on everything, but you definitely have to respect. That's the number one thing. You have to respect each other's space and boundaries and things like that. And just know that, you know, I know that these two are not just my friends. They're more like family. They are my family. So I never had an issue with living with either one of them.
Nice, nice. What is your view on today's society and current events?
Today's society and current events, I feel like it's just all over the place. And when I say all over the place, I mean it's just like things are happening, shit is happening left and right. Like 1 minute, I mean, you know, not to keep bringing this up, but you know, you see people protesting. Then the next minute, they switching everything off and now they're talking about the Olympics, or they're talking about the presidential election, or this app came out, the Pokemon Go app came out to be like a distraction on things. Like, I just feel like it's just so much being thrown at society all at once, and people are either just getting used to taking all of it in, and you know, I just feel like today's society is about that person. You just have to feel like do what's best for you. Like, live life. And that's what I'm trying to do, because what tomorrow is not promised. So, Nikita, introduce yourself.
My name is Nikita, and I am the best friend, Sora, or BurKenRod, James, Roderick, and Kendall.
And Nikita, as you've seen us from just, you know, knowing us from undergrad life, just knowing us from being on our adulthood, you know, starting our adulthood, starting BurKenRodTV, what was your thoughts? You know, what's your overall opinion on BurKenRodTV?
Well, at first, when it was introduced to me as just an idea that the guys had, I was like, okay, whatever, another podcast, another YouTube special. But as time went on and I saw that, you know, you guys put in a lot of time and effort, you were diligent with the topics, you reached out to your crew, you really kept in mind what the viewers wanted to see, what the viewers wanted to hear. You weren't afraid to speak your mind, y'all was real. And so I started to realize, well, maybe this is not just a trend or a phase or something that they want to try out. This is something they have a passion for. And, you know, through the many topics, it's not something you can watch or listen to at work because you will get fired and I'll be moving into California. But I encourage you all to just, whatever you do, follow your dreams. And if it's not hindering you, the sky's the limit, and just to keep going.
And one more question. Do you think our support level would be different if we were still in the South, like in Nashville where we moved from? Or will it still be the same? Like, do you feel our support system would be much stronger? Or is it just like, whatever, they doing them, or, you know, I don't fuck with them, or, you know?
Possibly stronger, only because you all will be considered local, and you'll be closer to more individuals to get to you to have over. So it'll be like an everyday conversation as opposed to them having to reach out to you via social media or find the time to schedule around to come and by and whatnot. But
do you think that will be hindering our goals, or would that be helping our goals?
I don't think in anything that you do in life, whether your support system is large or small, if you have the mindset and you're the determination to have a goal completed regardless of who's behind you, you're going to do any and everything. Now, it may not be as quick or easy to accomplish your goals because you will not have that support system, and we're all human, so you all may possibly become discouraged at times or just feel like giving up because you don't hear the accolades, but your progress speaks for itself when you get the results of new shows, new equipment, new ratings, and things like that. So either way, whether you guys were local in Nashville or Milwaukee, or, you know, you guys are out there, you just have to build. And I think that that's a good thing by you all not being in Nashville, because you're allowing other people from all over the world that you may work with and their friends and their families and people that you would not have met had you not moved out there to branch off into this BurKenRod brand.
Okay. And your last and final question, I promise. If you can leave BurKenRodTV with one word, or just, you know, one, what would you say?
Say one thing.
Yeah, if you can leave us with one thing, whether, you know, encouraging, what would that one thing be?
Continue to be unpredictable, follow your dreams, and be yourselves as you always have been since day one.
And that concludes this voiceover interview with Nikita, and we thank you so much. And yes,
thank you. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good. Wish I would be 30 pounds lighter, but you know,
Okay.
It happens.
That was random. Alrighty. So, tell me, what influenced you to start the movement with BurKenRodTV?
Well, you know I'm the talker, so let me go all the way back before I even went to Nashville to start BurKenRodTV. Greek life has been pretty much the last 5 years of my life has been working with fraternities, working with sororities, leadership programs, yada yada yada. After 5 years of just working in higher education, I was good at it, but of course it wasn't my passion. So shout out to Renita Avery Merriweather, my previous boss, she's awesome. When I was done with Greek life, after my contract ended, I told myself, I said, Kendall, what to do now? Should I stay in Kentucky? Should I continue working for that university? Or should I venture off and just follow my dreams, my goals? So at first I went to Nashville, and that was kind of like my transition mode or phase, where I got to relax, catch my breath, really sit down and think and figure out what I wanted to do. And it was there that one day myself and James, well, you all call him Bird. I call him James.
I never wondered that. Why?
Yeah.
Why do you call him James?
Because when we were pledging our fraternity, I always just called him James. I never call him Bird. I don't know why.
Just staying formal.
It's just formal or whatever. But we're all fraternity brothers. We're all friends. And once we just sat down in the living room, we said, you know what? Let's try something. I said, let's try it. So we sat at the table, got the camera out, and we didn't have the fancy lights we do now. We just had natural ambience of lighting of the environment.
Right.
So we recorded that first video on September, was it 10th or 11th?
It was September 11th.
It was 11th because we posted the same day. Yeah. We recorded it, we laughed, and if we can laugh at it, we know other people can laugh. But we just went out on faith. We said, let's just post it. Let's just give it to the YouTube world. Let's just see what happens. The response was amazing.
Absolutely it was.
It was utterly, and we were a little nervous because we didn't know what the public would think. We really didn't know what we really thought. We'd laugh because it's us. I mean, the personalities you see on cameras, that's us. There is no pretense. There's no facade. There's no...
It's no script.
Alter ego or any of that crap that people got. But, yeah, I've been with BurKenRodTV ever since. And I'm just 1/3. Just 1/3 of the other half of the creativity that is BurKenRodTV. So, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Now, Kendall, what inspires you to be great?
What inspires me to be great? Well, let me go ahead and say this first, the naysayers. I noticed that as soon as myself, James and Rod moved out to California, we had so much support, so much people saying, we love you guys, good luck. And we had so much support when we were in the South. As soon as we made that actual leap of faith and transition to California, it's amazing how the numbers just dwindled. It just dwindled down, and that shocked me because I'm here thinking like, wow, we thought you were our true supporters, our true friends, associates, classmates, what have you, but that really shocked me that our support, or at least we thought our solid support, was just, I guess, for the moment, because they probably thought it was a phase. They thought all of this was a phase, and that's okay because some people, they aspire to do things, and we just so happen to be the 3 people who actually stepped out and did it.
So would you consider the fact that we're kind of like the trendsetters? Yes,
we are the trendsetters. There's something that Pink said, and I agree with her a lot on this. She said, I want to make sure I quote her correctly, some people say the greatest form of flattery is imitation. I just think it's annoying. And I think it's annoying.
Absolutely.
No shade intended. But I can definitely say we were the trendsetters. I'll just name a few things. BurKenRodTV, Facebook live stream. Funny story about that, we actually did that as on accident. We just clicked the button and said, what was this? And then we just said, you know, let's roll with it. So we just started vlogging on Facebook Live, not even knowing this was a new tool or app that Facebook had. And we just started doing like our weekly Facebook Live segments with our wonderful table. with our set topics, and we get good interaction. And then we started to see others do something similar, but once again, we're often imitated but never duplicated.
And that's the truth. So, who is your biggest supporter?
Well, but once again, I'm only 1/3 of BurKenRodTV, so my biggest supporters besides James and Rod, I would have to say my mother. I know that's so cliche, like, oh, your mother, your parents, your family, but think about it. There are some families who don't support their children, and I hate that happens, but for me, it's my mom. She actually pushed me, go out and see the world, go to college, or get a job, whichever one you choose first. So I went to college, and I got the experience. For me, college is all about the experience. I mean, yeah, get your degree, study hard, learn a lesson, but college is an experience. And I thank my mom to this day for just telling me, like, go to college, travel. So when I told her I was moving to California, she was like, go ahead. Of course, she's kind of afraid to fly. I'll get her out here one way or the other. I don't, maybe by train or somewhere, but she amped me just to do it. And she said, I just want you to go far and do everything that I didn't do, that I couldn't do, that I want you to do. So I did it.
That's love. Yeah. That's love. What are your greatest accomplishments in life?
I don't want to say accomplishments, because I've accomplished some things that I'm probably not the most proud of, but what I am proud of is, once again, I'm a first generation college student. Very proud. It took me 5 years. But having said that, I'm glad I accomplished going to college. Joining a Greek organization. There's so much controversy with Greek life, like, oh, is it just like on the movies and TV? Is it all about partying? You're paying for friends? I heard it all. But for me, once again, it's all about the experience and starting a legacy. I don't believe in legacy, for the record, but it's about starting a legacy. So for me, joining a Greek organization, going to college, and then BurKenRodTV, I just add that to the checkoff list. Like, it's all about the experience. Because you experience, when you're with a close-knit group of friends, or fraternity brothers, sorority sisters, what have you, and you do something together with like-minded people on the same, I was going to get real hippie with it, the same chakra around yourself, the same energy flow, it's really a beautiful thing. The magic happens when you're around friends who are like-minded, who want to do something great. That's true. How I see it.
Oh, man. What are your biggest fears?
Oh my gosh. One fear that I want to overcome soon is that I have a fear of not being in control. Because I know as humans we just want to control and organize every little thing, but life is so unpredictable and things happen. Sometimes we may get derailed off of our individual paths, only to get back railed onto the path that you're supposed to go to in the first place. I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but I wanted to move out to California 4 years ago, but I wasn't ready. Keyword, I was not ready. But when the timing was right, when everything started to fall into place, and when the moment when I saw myself making this beautiful salary at the big university I worked for in Greek life, and I said, my contract is ending soon. Do I want to stay here? Do I want to go for my dreams? I went for my dreams. And just that mustard seed of faith went a long way. But that's definitely one of my fears that I'm overcoming slowly but surely, is the fear of not being in control.
That's dope. That's dope. Thank you so much, Kendall. It concludes the part 1 of the interview.
Yeah.
Can it just be a one-time fee and that's it?
That's the life of Cali.
It's a fee and this much added on. I'm like, what? Probably $20, $25 is still.
That's crazy.
But in the South, they don't even ask about pets.
They don't. Not really.
Not like that.
Well,
And it's so much easier to get away with pets in the South.
oh yeah, so much.
Especially in Kentucky.
Hello.
Aaron and them had 2 cats, and their place don't even allow animals. Or cats. They allow dogs.
Hey, Kendall, welcome back.
How's it going?
Good, good, good. Ready for this interview?
I am ready as I ever be.
Alrighty. Do you feel if the movement was to stay in the South, would the support of your peers be different?
I think if the movement of BurKenRodTV were to stay in the South, As I stated earlier on, we had a lot of support starting off. I guess because we were still in Tennessee and we were in the surrounding areas with all of our friends and fellow supporters. If we were to stay in the South, I don't know. I think maybe the support would stop still, because just in general, people tend to back away from things that's not involving them or that they can't really be a part of. So if we were to stay in the South and the movement were to get bigger and bigger and bigger, I could see the support potentially just dropping just as low as it probably can drop as it is now that we're in California. So can I see the movement being in the South? No, not at all. You have to get away from the South. You have to get close to entertainment Mecca, which LA, New York, Miami, and so forth. But it wouldn't be the same in the South. It wouldn't have the same flair. It wouldn't be the same energy.
Tell me what you love about California.
The food is great. The traffic is horrible. The people, for the most part, are nice. The weather's great. It's just a different ball of energy. It's all about energy. And when I was in Kentucky and Tennessee, I just noticed that the majority of the energy was just kind of like one-sided. It was just all just one-dimensional. And since I moved out here to California, my eyes have just been opened up to so many things and so many people, and it's just good just to live life and just have freedom and get to experience so much more than what you're allowed to experience in the South, being in what people call the Bible Belt, or those small towns where there's really nothing that happens or goes on. But in the West Coast, everything happens. It's full of opportunities, so I love it.
What is your biggest regret in life?
My biggest regret, I probably should have started following my dreams right after I graduated from college. Like I said, I did work in Greek life for 5 years, and that was great. The experience was great. I was good at it. But I look back, if I could change one thing, I would have followed my dreams directly after graduating from college, without a doubt. With no fear, a ball of faith, and determination, I just would have hit the ground running.
How was the transition of living with one another versus living alone?
I actually did live alone in Kentucky for about 1.5 years, and the only benefit, really, is that it's just a lot of me time. But once again, that gets boring because it's just me, and living together is so much more gratifying. I live with Bert. We call him James. I call him Bert. Bert and Rod, and I love it. It's so much fun. We give each other our own personal space. We communicate, and that's what it's all about. So living alone, it was okay. It was kind of boring because it was just me there, but it was an easy transition. It also counts when you know someone, and when you know their ins and outs, and you know how they feel. You know they need space here, or we come together and talk here. It's better. It was an easy transition.
What is your view on today's society and current events?
Well, 2 things. One, people give up way too easily on everything. What I've noticed when I grew up, when I see people going hard and hustling hard and doing what they can to follow their dreams and go after these careers, it was inspiring. But now, I don't know, I think people give up too easily. And this can go for relationships, for jobs, for goals. People just give up way too easily. And oh, the patience. It seems like no one has patience at all, like at all, for anything. So yeah, this day definitely needs more patience and the will to continue on instead of quitting and giving up. So yeah.
We are here on location at Tequila Jack's in Long Beach, California with the wonderful Dr. Michelle Matthews. So Michelle, since you've seen our content of BurKenRodTV, what was your initial reaction and thought?
Oh Lord, these fools.
Right.
And I wasn't ready.
So out of curiosity, what's your favorite, I guess, segment or thing about BurKenRodTV?
I guess right now it's definitely the trap queens, because y'all are killing me and finna get me fired. I had to put
They
y'all.
are some fools.
I had to put y'all on timeout. I can't watch y'all. Yes.
Something
Okay, baby, and this drink is getting me.
Oh,
I
yes.
told you the drink was potent. You thought it was a joke.
So going forward, as we make our shift into the entertainment industry, what advice would you give us going forward, or a piece of your thought?
Oh, y'all wanted to get deep? My God.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I would say probably stay true to yourself and to what, you know, you guys stand for, so that, you know, you're always proud of the products that you put out. So I feel like a lot of people lose that when they start changing for the industry, and then they kind of don't know who they are or where they're going anymore. Absolutely. So I think that would be it.
That's true. Well, thank you so much for this interview. We're about to turn up here at Tequila Jacks. And thank you so much.
Hey, Rod.
What's up? What's up?
Well, do you like to be called Rod or Roderick?
I prefer Rod.
Okay, you know, you just gotta be for sure.
Gotta be specific. I understand.
So, how's your day going, Rod?
It's Monday. But Monday was cool. It was a little stumbling block earlier. I wanted to go off on some people, but it didn't happen. So I had peace with me. So today it was cool. It was weird but cool.
Well, that's good. We also know that bad days and good days do come upon us. So
it does.
As long as you was able to overcome the day, I think that's the important part.
You better know it.
So, Rod, what influenced you to start the movement with BurKenRodTV? Like, what motivated you to start this movement?
The fact that we had an idea of talking about forming something. Honestly, let me be clear. Let me be honest. I was super nervous because I'm not used to being in front of the camera. I'm so used to like working behind the scenes, like the editing, the graphics, and all that kind of stuff. That's what I feel more comfortable in. But because of my two brothers, my big brothers, Bert and Kendall, they pretty much influenced me to, you know, join the movement and to be a part of it. Whether or not we might look crazy or sound crazy, we'll just do it just to test it out and see how it feels. And the results of it was immensely amazing. The feedback was amazing. The support that we had was amazing. Just people just in general just telling us to keep going and don't stop. And when I kept hearing that and seeing that, it clicked to me like, wait, you all have something. Like there's a gift there. The gift of gab, that's what it's called.
Okay.
So why not utilize it and put it into fruition, right?
True.
So with BurKenRodTV being in formation, I'm so happy that this is a movement. I'm so happy that we're doing something to make a positive impact onto the world. That's the purpose of this movement. We want to make people laugh because there's so much crazy stuff. Can I be uncut?
Yeah.
It's so much crazy shit going on in this world, and the world needs laughter, honestly. And not just being serious. Like, the world needs laughter, and God grants us this gift to do so. I may not be a camera person, may not be a mass comm or thing, but God grant me the gift along with my two brothers to make something happen, to make an impact onto the world. And that's what I'm all about, making an impact.
Okay. What inspires you to be great?
What inspires me to be great? Oh, I love this question. What inspires me to be great is haters. Haters.
Are they your biggest motivators?
Haters are my biggest motivator. Let me elaborate on that. And the reason why I say haters are my motivation is simply this. People only going to support what you do if it's involving the person that they know or if it's something pertaining to you. They'll like something. They don't only like it if it's that particular person. Now, grant me, when we started this movement, yeah, we had great feedback, but the goofy part about it is we received that feedback while we was in the South. But when we decided to make a transition to move on to a better environment and to a new setting and a fresh start so that we can expand our creativity, it didn't sit well, and that's when the hating started spewing. And not just saying that people are saying that they're hating or don't like us or whatnot, but action speaks louder than words. The lack of likes, the lack of shares, just the lack of support, period. Even from peers people that I would thought that would be my friends, or I call them my family, my people, they're not even supporting me. I have people that's here supporting us that we just met. So yes, haters and people who secretly like us but don't like us in person, those people motivate me to keep going and be great, to present fresh ideas and fresh content. Without Bert and Kendall, that's when we're together, that's how we make stuff happen. That's when we make shit work. That's when the magic starts. Because That's the only way.
All right. Who is your biggest supporter?
My biggest supporter, I would have to say it would absolutely be my mom. Simply because of the fact that my mom always looked at me as the special child, as she would say. She would always make jokes about saying that, oh, did I pick up the wrong child from the hospital or something? You are not my child. You're so different from my other kids. I'm like, Mom, you would have to take that up with God because He the one created me inside of you. So, but my mom is my inspiration. She's my biggest supporter. And I say this because everything that I do, from even being a go-getter growing up, by wanting to work or wanting to finish school, not dropping out, or going for my goals and going for my dream, my mom never turned me away from that. She always encouraged me or pushes me to keep going and to continue to do what she couldn't do. My mom wanted to do the army, the military. She wanted to do a lot of things, but she couldn't do it because life changes. So now that I'm up in age now and my mom sees what's going on, she's happy. And that makes me happy. That keeps me going. That keeps me not giving up, because at the end of the day, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for everybody, especially my family. I'm doing this for my family. I want my family to grow. I want my family to be successful.
What is your greatest accomplishments?
My greatest accomplishment is leaving the South. That is my greatest accomplishment, and I say this because I've been in the South since birth. My last year in the South was when I was at the age of 26. That was the year that I was like, you know what? It is time for a change. It is time for a fresh start. It is time to get away from closed-minded people. It's time to get out of that environment, that judgmental environment that people judge you for being different. It was time to get out of that environment, and I wanted something different. So moving to California to me was the biggest accomplishment of my entire life, simply because of the fact that I did it, and I didn't do it alone. I did it with my two brothers who think just like me, who wants the same dreams, who wants the same goals, same aspirations just like me. And I'm so glad that God put me with these two guys, because without them, I would be a lost soul. And I'm just be honest. But yes, my accomplishment is moving to California, and I'm happy that I'm here.
What's your biggest fears?
My biggest fear in life is failure. And I say this because I don't want to let my family down. Again, like I said, I'm doing this for my family. And for the people who believed in us, in the movement, I just don't want to let them down. And that is what I fear, is failure. No one wants to fail in anything they do in life, ever. No one does. We're human beings. We feel the way we feel because that's life. Life is a feeling process, always. But I always have the sense of fear of failing. I never want to fail. I always felt like I have to overdo it, or I have to go the extra mile to make it something beautiful. I don't want to half-ass it, anything that I do. Because if I half-ass it, that's to me considered as a failure. Because I know the full potential that I have, and I know the full energy that I can put forth into it. Why half-ass it? That would be a setup for failure.
Hey Tara, you being recorded right now. Tell us your name.
Tara. Hey.
Okay. So, first question. When you first saw BurKenRodTV present its first content, visual content, what did you think? What was your outcome?
I thought it was very animated. I thought it was very entertaining. Yeah, it was a feel-good type of show, and I definitely knew that it was something that I would look forward to tuning into, because it's definitely has a refreshing feel to it. So I loved it from episode 1.
Yes. Oh, and definitely I have to add this in there. Do you remember our commentary interview we did before homecoming?
Before homecoming.
It was the week before homecoming. You came to Nashville, and we did a commentary.
I remember the one that I was on.
Yes.
Yeah, the do's and don'ts and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was very helpful to a lot of people, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you remember you was, like, so nervous when you was like, I don't know, I had to tell you the story about why it was like, it took me a while to get comfortable in front of the camera, because I didn't like being in front of the camera and talking and stuff, and and you did.
Yeah, but a lot of people gave us really good feedback.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, information they shared, especially about the homecoming do's and don'ts, was very helpful. So I kind of calmed down a lot then.
You did, yes.
So, like, most people have thought that BurKenRodTV would be like some kind of fad or whatnot. Did you think that BurKenRodTV was a phase?
No, I didn't know which direction you guys were gonna go, but I definitely knew that it was something, or that it is gonna be something just super amazing, because it's not something that, you guys don't look the same, you don't produce the same, you don't act the same, you don't talk the same, so I definitely knew it was gonna be something different, and you guys to amaze me, every single time, because you give something different. Even with the commentaries, the stuff that you do weekly, it's still, you have something extra in there, that I'm not expecting. So that's one of the best things about BurKenRodTV.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad you hit it right now on, because honestly, that's what exactly BurKenRodTV was going for. Just being, the word that's been thrown at me this week is the word innovative. And that's what we were actually aiming for, is to be innovators. To be different, dare to be different, to stand out, and things of that nature. And I think we're on the right path. I hope so.
Yeah, and I think the best part that I like, and it may be a biased thing, is the fact that all of you guys are young black men and you're all educated, and there are multiple degrees between the three of you, and I think that's important because you have different sides of the story. You're not just three random guys sitting at home making videos, like a lot of people. You have a lot of you have a lot of intellect amongst you three. You guys have a whole different side of you outside of BurKenRodTV, and not a lot of people can say that. So I think that kind of gives you guys that extra that you need for BurKenRodTV. So you take it or leave it. Really, if kind of like a thing, if you want to use it as a hobby, you can. If this your full-time job, you can take it and run with it. You guys can do what you want at this point, because you have all of the credentials behind that.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't go to computer science for nothing. I mean,
hello, good morning.
Good day. But love, I'm gonna let you go, because I know you told me. Well, wait. I think you got a question. If you can leave BurKenRodTV with one word or one thing for us to remember and to cherish and to move forward, what would it be?
Humble. Stay humble, which you guys don't have a problem with, but I do know that it can become unintentional when people blow up the spot. Different people can get into your ear, and the fact that you guys have a true brotherhood and a love already, I would like you guys to keep that with you. A lot of times when people see the type of relationship you guys have, they tend to, let me whisper in one of their ear, and I can slowly break up the Trinity. But I would like you guys to keep God first and stick together. And, you guys came in as three. You guys need to go out as three.
Oh, girl, you ain't got nothing to worry about with that, honey.
Absolutely. Nothing to worry about that.
This is a unit.
Yeah,
we
a team. We a team. Yeah. Like, for real. Like, we don't play that. Like, we don't play that.
Always. And we tell each other that all the time, because and that was the first thing we said. We said, can't no producer tell me nothing about Rod, because you don't know him. You can't tell me nothing about Kendall that I don't know. Right. And they can't tell you nothing about me that they don't know.
Exactly.
Right. So and the thing is, we're new to California, so y'all can't tell us shit about none of us because you don't know us.
Right.
So,
exactly.
And
what
it's just...
What they try to do is they try to put money in front of you.
Oh, girl,
but I mean, you guys have been there to where, you guys have been to the bottom together.
Oh, yes.
And that's important. Even before you guys got to Cali, you're frat brothers, so the good and the dirty stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you guys know it can only go up from here.
Yeah.
And it really... Nobody can tell y'all shit. Nobody can say, oh, well, if you don't, if I don't pay you X, Y, Z and you don't leave, then you gonna be at the bottom. No. What you talking about? I already seen it. It don't look like this, So, yeah, you guys will be good.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Hello, Rod. How's your day going so far?
Hey, it was a day. I'm just ready to go.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and let's get this interview kicked off.
Yep.
So, Rod, do you feel if the movement was to stay in the South, would the support of your peers be different?
You know, honestly, how I strongly feel about that is that as long as they want to be a part of the movement, and if it benefits them, then yeah, it would have probably stayed. If they would have got a piece of BurKenRodTV, yeah, it probably would have increased or whatnot. But since the fact that we moved to California, they felt like we left them dry. And because of that, they don't want to support because we're not near them to support it. It's kind of weird though. It's kind of like, why we have to be there just for you to support us? And for us to be away until you to stop supporting us. It's kind of like that one individual that was here who only liked our posts and stuff, but then caught an attitude and leaves and stopped liking our posts and stuff. It's kind of weird, you know. But yeah, that kind of support. So no, I don't think it would change. I think it would drop.
So it's kind of like a seasonal support. The season you're close to them, support. Then once you leave or go far away. So tell me, what do you love most about California?
Everything. I love the weather. I love the fact that I can breathe. Oh God, thank you. I can breathe. Ugh, I can breathe. I love the weather. I love the sun. Beams on my face. Sometimes it be disrespectful, but I love the sun though. I love the fact I love the food. It's so authentic. I love the culture here. My gosh, I love the culture here. I love the people here. Even though some of them are rude, but majority of the people we ran into were pretty kind and nice to us. So I love the Cali culture. It's like you get the best of both worlds. Best coast, west coast, as they say. So
I heard the traffic is pretty bad there.
It don't bother me. I'm just a passenger, so I'm just kind of like, okay. Eventually, I'm the one that's always gonna say, well, eventually we're gonna get used to it, or we might as well just get used to it in our mind and just say, be expecting traffic. So don't get our expectation to be like, oh, traffic. But you know, I'm kind of like, okay, it's traffic, so.
So what is your biggest regret in life?
My biggest regret in life is opening up to people that wasn't meaningful in my life, you know? Like people that was seasonal. And the fact that I let them in my circle, like it could be people like that I thought it was my friends. And I had to cut them loose. So it was like, that was my regret, was I let you in my world and you fucked me over. And now I have to cut you off, but I feel bad because I let you in my world and, you know. But that's like my biggest regret, is letting people in that shouldn't be in the first place. Only genuine people that matters and who genuinely cares about someone is the one that should be in my world. So, and I have that. That's all that matters.
Now, how is the transition of living with one another versus living by yourself?
Honestly, I never lived by myself though. Like, I never had my own place by myself. I always had room. So it was kind of like, it was no difference. It was kind of like the same. Except the fact that I know who I'm living, like personally. I know who I'm living with, so that's the only difference. Everything else, I love it. I love the fact that the vibe, and I love the fact that sometimes we give each other space when needed and things of that nature.
Now, what is your view on today's society and all of these crazy current events?
I got so many on that. My views, first of all, is that the problem is people believe everything what's going on instead of doing extensive research. It's like people don't want to research. It's like they just take it and run with it instead of doing proper research. And that's like so annoying to me. Like, how you gonna speak on something and you don't have knowledge of it? That don't make sense, you know? It's almost like, how you gonna share a post and you don't even know whether that post is even reliable to even share, if it's true or not. It's kind of like that same theory, you know? And what's going on in this world, I just hate that. It just kind of reminds me of the Bible, the book of Revelation. It's just like everything that's been written in that book is going on in this world right now. That's how I view it. And all I have to do is just say, we just have to stay prayed up and just keep our faith and just asking God to shield and protect us from hurt, harm, and danger, you know? And remove any type of negativity that's try to, you know, harm us or try to come against us and what we have going on. So that's how I look at it as. You just gotta keep the faith.
Hey Mom, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How you doing?
Good. I just wanted to give you a quick little interview for our documentary for BurKenRodTV. And I'll start off with the first question. Since you've known me all these years, what are you most proud of?
I'm glad you asked that question. I knew that would be the first question, so I'm ready. I am so proud that you are a go-getter. You are very intelligent, and when you set your mind to something, you're going to do it. I can remember when you were 13 or 14 years old, you said, Mom, I got a 5-year plan, and I'm going to make my 10-year plan later. I'm like, wow.
Well, I forgot about that.
I wish I had that mindset when I was your age. I would have got in so much trouble.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
You push yourself. No one has to push you. You push yourself.
Thank
I
you
like
so
that.
much. I forgot all about that 10-year.
I did. I remember everything. Mama know everything.
Forgot all about that. Okay, well, this leads right into
You did everything on that list, too.
Oh, I did? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
If you could describe me in one word, what would it be and why?
One word. Oh, my God. I can't do one word, but okay, I'll try. You are enthusiastic.
And why?
I don't know. You inspire me. You inspire me. You, even when you were 13 or 14 years old, you thought like a 40-year-old man.
Oh.
And that's a compliment for, most children that age, out somewhere you don't know where they at.
That's true.
But you were so mature at your age. You were very mature. And you were laid back. And I'm like, okay, he's the laid back side of me. And you were like, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to get this done. And I'm going to get this done. And once I get these done, I'm going to go and make another plan. I mean, you did everything on that list you showed me. When you was about 13 or 14, you did everything you had on that list. And that just really impressed me. It impressed me. And I'm like, wow, I need to be more like my son.
Oh, goodness. I forgot all about that list. I really forgot what I put on there. But it's good that I accomplished it because my memory is terrible.
You told me, you said, I'm going to graduate high school.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to do about 4 or 5 years in college. You said, I'm going to stop right there. Then I'm going to make another plan after I accomplish that. I said, okay.
Nice. So now this next question leads right into BurKenRodTV. I know you've seen something about hilarious.
I've seen all of it, just about. I've seen all of it. Almost. The only thing I haven't seen is the crash and burn.
Oh, yeah, that's our parody series.
Yeah, I haven't really seen those, but I've seen everything else.
Yeah.
I was laying here many nights. When I first found it, I was laying in bed just laying. I'm like, oh my God, they more crazy than I am.
So having seen that and having known that we're out here in California wanting to take the entertainment world by storm, what's the best piece of encouragement or advice that you can give to BurKenRodTV as a whole as we go forward into the entertainment industry?
Don't take no for an answer. Do not give up. Keep going forward. I don't care if you get 100 no's. If God say yes, that's all you need.
Amen. They said amen. Amen.
Because, hey, he got plans for y'all, okay? Y'all ain't just happened to go to California just to be doing something.
I know that's right.
You could have went anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. And then doors are going to open. Everybody does not go to California and go straight to BT Party, okay? I'm saying.
That is exactly right. And last question. What's something that we should be careful of when going into the entertainment industry? One thing that we should just be leery of, or whether it's people or situations, what's one thing we should steer clear of?
When y'all get to putting the people face up there and stuff, just be careful who it is.
Yeah, cause
be careful who it is. You know what I mean? Somebody may not like shade. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's funny. It's all for jokes, but you just have to be careful of who it is and what you may say about them. Might be too touchy subject or whatever. Yeah, but I mean, it's all in fun. But they ought to be used to that by now, though.
Oh yeah, because when you get fame and you become a celebrity, your life is pretty much an open book.
It's an open book. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mom, thank you. So you did so good. So you didn't go over 5 minutes.
Praise the Lord.
How do you feel about my outcome in life?
Well, God told me a long time ago that you was gonna be successful in the stage mind of everything that's with a business. It's gonna be like a success thing in different types of areas.
Okay.
Singing, directing, all kinds of little things that God put in your spirit to do. You got like 7 types of goals that God have in store for you. It's just that you picking them out as you go. You like you on levels of 7 of them. They 7 levels that you got to finish before you leave this earth.
That was mind-blowing.
So every goal that you go through and every stress, every struggle, that's between you and God to get to your level to get to Him. So you on your way to getting step by step of His will, of His power that He's given unto you, the gift of prophecy in the mind of the brain of wisdom. So every little thing that you know of is the wisdom of God's thinking.
I received that. Amen. Oh, wow.
Amen.
What is your outlook on the movement with BurKenRodTV that we have going on?
I can see it as a successful thing that God gave you a vision of, to make people notice of what the world is going through, that they know how to get past things, that if they only listen to what God is saying that comes out your mouth, and the experience of the lifestyle that He gave you to direct their steps to go to another way, instead of going the wrong way, because God said all of them minds going wrong, and it's up to you to correct their minds and y'all have to correct them by acting out of their characters.
And I'm a strong believer that's why God put us together as BurKenRodTV to do this, because we have something special. We have magic.
Y'all have different goals of schedules of mind frame of thinking.
We do.
And they different parts in there, but it's a reason that God put y'all together. That's when He said, any things or problems that y'all have, don't never take it to work. He says, take it to God and let God work things out in His favor to carry y'all weights. Quit doing things on your own natural and let God carry you and do it Himself.
Spiritually.
Yes. Mine's got to be focusing on what God is saying to the heart. And your heart got to realize what's good and what's bad. So, the order for this TV thing to go, it's a character that's going on in life out here now. And it have to be broadcast over the world so the world to know their mistakes and wrongs of what they do.
Yes. Amen.
Man, okay.
Amen. Wow.
Man,
I got wow, Mom, you was bringing it.
Okay, Miss Preacher.
Mom, you was bringing it tonight, Mom. Wow. This is gonna be a good documentary. Oh gosh.
Okay. So we are rolling. This is Bert interviewing my lovely mother here on our journey from Nashville, Tennessee, or just over my journey itself from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to undergrad to grad school to where I'm at now. Mom, if you can hear me, say hello.
Hello.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this interview popping off, get it rolling. So, out of your son's accomplishments, what are you most proud of from James as of this point right now in his life?
Well, I could not name one thing. There's so many different areas of your life that I am truly proud of. One is that you never give up, and you seem to always keep pushing, and when things get rough for you, you have the tendency to overcome those things, and I'm very happy to know that about you.
And from the journey of the movement with BurKenRodTV, from what you have saw so far, out your busy schedule, because you are a very busy person with, other children to attend, life, personal life, and things like that. What have you seen that interests you so far from BurKenRodTV?
Well, I don't really know a lot about the BurKenRod television production. From what I have seen production itself is well thought of, has been put together with a lot of creativeness, and it seems that all of you who are working behind that production are enthusiastic behind what you're doing, and I think that in time it will do well.
Okay, and if you can leave some encouraging words to BurKenRodTV, what would those encouraging words be?
Well, I would first of all always want to encourage everyone that you want to always, of course, follow your dreams, because without a dream, you won't have anything to look forward to. So I say continue to dream big. I say continue to climb those mountains. I say to continue to go through those valleys, and as you go through them, I say continue to look upward, because the only thing up is God. And with God on your side, you will be able to achieve, and you will be able to soar, and you will be able to mount those wings as eagles, and you will be able to accomplish all those things, those dreams that you all have, and it will be great. I say to you all, nothing without Christ will last. The only thing that you do for God is going to last. And keep up the great work, keep up the good work, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you be successful.
Okay. And your very last question, if BurKenRod is presented with the opportunity to go bigger, to a bigger platform, would you be a part of that platform? Meaning, would you do guest appearances? Would you be able to, if everything is paid and, things like that, will you be able to support along the way as we continue to grow?
Oh, I'm so glad you said if everything is paid. Yes.
All right.
But definitely support in any way that I possibly can. That would be a support to you in your production. Yes.
All right. That includes your interview on your perspective of your son, and definitely BurKenRodTV, and we definitely appreciate your kind words. And do you have any final words that you would like us to know before we conclude the interview?
No, I think that I have said more than enough, and I'm very proud to be your mom.
Well, I'm very proud to have you as my mom. And again, I really do appreciate you for allowing me and giving me courage, because you might not know, or I might not tell you every day, but I definitely look at you, and that's why I push so hard, and I stay fighting, and I stay striving for greater. So I just want to thank you for instilling that go-getter mentality inside of me, for me to not give up, or for me not to quit, or for me not to say, oh, this is not going well, it's over, or I wasted my time, and things like that. So I just want you to know I love you. I thank you for being my mom. I thank God for putting you as my mom and blessing you as my mom, and I'm doing this for all of us.
All right, wonderful. Love you back. God bless you.
God bless you too. And these lovely palm trees. You just gotta love them. It's so peaceful.
Room 120.
120.
That was home for 2 months and 2 weeks. No stove, no washer, no dryer.
Oh, yeah.
What did we have? A refrigerator in a 99-cent store.
We at the 99-cent store.
She was faithful.
Micro fridge. Rallies is down the street.
Yes.
That was our saving grace.
And sometimes Little Caesars.
Little Caesars, until they start, acting funny with the correct change.
Rose pizza.
Red snappy tomato pizza.
Red snappy tomato pizza.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that pizza was everything. It's so good. Definitely was a filler.
Thank goodness we had a friend that lived in Long Beach that always invited us over
to wash our clothes.
And
we went over there every Sunday, and she cooked for us. She's a doctor.
Dentist. Oh yes.
Yes, she is.
Wow, yeah, this is it.
That is it.
Mm-hmm.
We had to come back and just Humble ourselves. This is where we came.
And just sit here and just pay homage. Mahashi. All right. This is it.
All right, Jonathan. So my name is Bert here, along with Kendall and Rod, and we're just going to ask you a couple questions from what you have seen from us, from you knowing us from all these years, and just seeing our drive and our passion towards BurKenRodTV. So what can you let the people know?
It's a faith because a lot of people want to make that move. So that alone, with the strive, the faith, determination, all that is what I see in y'all.
Okay. And when BurKenRodTV first started, did you think it was a phase? Because a lot of people have told us that, oh, we thought y'all were a phase, and, you know, we didn't think it would be that serious, or, you know, what was your thoughts when you first saw?
Why, of course, I think it's hilarious. I laugh every time. I think when I first saw it, I kind of felt like it was like, let's mold and see where this will go, and then what our niche is, what our strong suits are, what our weak points are, you know, like who's good at what. That's why I feel like it has evolved into the two characters that y'all have now, because where you have Rod on the other side of the camera instead of being in front of the camera. So I think like y'all kind of felt y'all what was y'all weak points, what was y'all strong points, and I think that's where y'all are at now compared to where y'all were when y'all first started. So that's what I see. Like I just think like it was like let's find out what works for us, what works and what don't work. And then once y'all found what works and what don't work, I think that's where y'all are at now, which is probably transform into something else in another month or two.
Okay. And if BurKenRodTV was in the South, or if we were still living in the South, do you think our support level would be different versus the support level we have now?
I don't think geological location is a factor. I think it's the network. You know, I think y'all made an executive decision to send yourself around what y'all are targeting. And I think like being in Nashville, which Nashville is home, country music and barbecue and macaroni, where you have to go to a city or to a state that is predominantly people striving to become, you know, actors and voiceovers and entertainers of some sort, of some kind. And I think that's, to me, was more beneficial to y'all, and I think how y'all will have more support, not based off the geological location, but just, you know what I'm saying, just what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And your final last question is, if you can leave us with one word, or if you could just leave us with some positive feedback words, what would that positive word or feedback be?
I have a quote that I learned when I was becoming an alpha man. Never shall a people forget their past, because their past is the foundation on which their future was built. And with that meaning, wherever you go, always maintain your humbleness. Never forget where you come from. You are a Lane College student, alumni rather. You are black men. Y'all are educated. What else? And continue your passion. You know what I'm saying? Continue doing what y'all do. Do what y'all love. Follow your passion, because there's nothing more important than doing something that you are passionate about. I do what I do every day. What I'm passionate of is having events, planning parties, and y'all are doing the same thing, just in a different way.
Definitely. Okay, well, that concludes our phone voice interview with Jonathan. We definitely thank you so much for giving that feedback for us and for our documentary. So thank you on that.
Mexican restaurant and cantina, Getting Our Life. It is Thursday, and we want all of you to know that if you're not out getting your life, you need to go out and get your life. Because when you get your life, you get it, and you get it good. Hello? Goodbye.
Y'all got some last words?
I just want to say
Chips and salsa. Want me to do it?
What you want to say? What you want to say, Kendall?
I just want to say for all the foodies out there who love food just as much as I do, keep doing you. And those who oppose, tell them, girl, sit down in a seat.
Do you have any ending words?
I do. To everybody and all the
I got
naysayers,
distracted by her toes being over the top of her shoes
lick one
while she was trying to be
and be blessed and drink plenty of water.
on the board.
Expand your vocabularies. Exercise.
Her toes was like this.
And try to be great instead of hating. Because you know why? Hating is a disease. Who wants to carry that disease? Get your life.
So are you saying they're thirsty for water?
Thirsty for water.
Drink more water?
Drink plenty of water. And don't worry about us.
Look, let me tell you something. So we at this restaurant.